The number system consists of what we call complex numbers, and real numbers. A real number is any number that exists in the real number system. In other words, the value of a real number is defined in the real number system. The numbers listed in the box below are all examples of real numbers. A complex number is a number that does not exist in the real number system. In other words, if the value of a number cannot be determined in the real number system, then that number is called a complex number. The square root of a negative number, for example, the square root of -1, is known as a complex, or imaginary number, because the square root of a negative number cannot be determined in the real number system. Complex numbers therefore include the non-real numbers, which is not our concern at this level. The set of real numbers includes whole numbers, natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, odd and even numbers, prime numbers, and composite numbers. A set of numbers, commonly denoted with the letter S, is represented by enclosing a list of numbers by a set of curly parentheses. Whole numbers are the set of real numbers greater than, and including 0, with no fractional part. Referring to the previous set of numbers, the only numbers that are not whole are -13, √12, and 6/17. The set of natural numbers are the set of whole numbers, except 0. Natural numbers are also referred to as the counting numbers. The set of integers includes the set of whole numbers, and their negative counterparts. In other words, integers are positive, and negative, whole numbers. -13 is therefore an integer. A rational number is any real number that can be expressed as a fraction, p over q, where p and q are both integers, and q does not equal 0. In the box below, all the numbers are rational numbers, except √12. Conversely, an irrational number is any real number that cannot be expressed as a fraction. In the box below, the only irrational number is √12, as √12 cannot be written as a fraction. The square root of any non-square number will always be irrational. In other words, since 12 is not a square number, the square root of 12 is irrational. In summary, the set of real numbers is divided into the set of rational and irrational numbers. The set of rational numbers comprises the set of integers, and the set of fractions. The set of whole numbers is a subset of the set of integers, and the set of natural numbers is a subset of the whole numbers. The natural numbers can be further subdivided into the set of odd and even numbers. A prime number is a real number that has only one pair of factors, 1 in itself. With the exception of 2, which is the only even prime number, all prime numbers are odd. Conversely, composite numbers have more than one pair of factors. The factors of 4 are 1 times 4, and 2 times 2. And those of 9 are 1 times 9, and 3 times 3. The factors of 16 are 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. The number 1 is by definition neither prime nor composite. A prime number only has one pair of factors, 1 and itself. So, by definition, 1 is prime, since 1 has only one pair of factors, 1 and itself, which is also 1. But, since the square of a number is a composite number, it follows that the number 1 must also be composite. However, the number 1 only has one pair of factors, so therefore, by definition, the number 1 cannot be composite. This contradiction is the reason why the number 1 is classified as neither prime nor composite. The square of a number is defined as the result obtained whenever multiplying a number by itself. The first 10 square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, and 100. The cube of a number is defined as the result obtained whenever multiplying a number by itself twice. In other words, the cube of 2 equals 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 8. And the cube of 6 equals 6 times 6 times 6, which equals 216. The square root of a number is defined as the result obtained when dividing a number by a factor, such that that factor is the quotient of the division itself. In other words, since 4 times 4 equals 16, the square root of 16 equals 4. Similarly, since the cube of 4 is 64, the cube root of 64 is 4. Likewise, the cube of 7 is 343, so the cube root of 343 is 7.